you received a KRA Withholding Tax Certificate and you are not sure how to file your return? If you are a freelancer, a consultant, or a side hustler, this video is for you. And a small tip many people miss: you are allowed to include the expenses you incurred while offering your services. That means you can reduce the tax you owe legally. A withholding tax certificate is proof that someone deducted tax from your payment and sent it directly to KRA. This usually happens when you work with companies or organizations as a service provider or work on commissions. Even though the tax was already deducted, you are still required to file your returns and declare that income. Now, before we begin, here is what you will need. Number one, you'll need your KRA PIN and iTax login details, and then you'll need your total withheld amount and your gross income, which you can get directly from your iTax account. Kindly note this video is best suited for small income earners. If you earn large amounts through withholding tax, it's best to consult a tax professional or an accountant to help you file correctly and avoid costly mistakes. Here is an easy way to calculate your total gross income using just the withheld tax amount, especially helpful if you didn't track all your incomes. So once you're on the dashboard, you come to here, there is my ledger. Once you come to my ledger, you come to general ledger, you select that option. You get to transaction type, write self-assessment, the account type, choose taxpayer main account, then the tax head, select income tax resident individual, the tax period, write year 2024, that is January to December, and click show ledger. Then you'll see a list of transactions. Look for the amount indicated. This is usually 5% of what you were paid. Now, to find the total income, use the reverse calculations. Now, tufanye hesabu kidogo, si ndio? If 5% is 7,000, for example, in our case, the withhold amount is 7,113. So if 5% is 7,113, then total income is equals to 100%. So how do you calculate that total income? It is withheld tax amount multiplied by 100 and then divide by 5. So in this case, we get 7,113 multiplied by 100%. Then you divide by 5%, and that gives you 142,260. So the first thing you do, log into your iTax account. So if you don't know how to log into your iTax account, you can go ahead and check a video I did. I will drop the link at the description below so that you can go to that video. I've explained in a very simple way. Enter your password correctly. Then solve this and tap you are in. Once you are on the dashboard, you go to the returns menu and then you click file returns. So what you'll do, go here down, you select income tax for resident individual. Then you click next. Choose the year that you want to file for. That is from January 2024 to December 2024. Then under this section of the steps to follow, go to step number 5. You check this is the downloadable Excel that you want to use. So click at this, download income tax residence using Excel form. Click there. So once you click, it will open for you the Excel form that you are supposed to use. So once you're on this Excel sheet, the first thing you do, you insert your PIN number here. So you come and insert your PIN number correctly. And then you select the return period. The type of return is original. Then the return period is 1st of January 2024 to 31st December. So what we do, we normally file for the previous year. Like right now, we are filing for last year. The money you made from January to December. And then you come here. Do you have any income other than employment? Definitely you choose yes. Why? Because you are not filing employment income. You are filing the business or commissions, whatever withholding that you got. You select yes. And then from there, nothing else to fill. You come to the next tab. You can click there down, the next tab. It will take you to the profit and loss account. Now you know your commission is like a business. So you come here. In my case, let me assume I got a commission from a sale of, let's say, a land or a property. I got a commission. In our case, we got the income is 142. Remember the months we did, 142 to 60. Now you include it here as the basic or gross income, gross turnover. And then we said this one is income allowed expenses. So any expenses you incur during your process, during your service, it's allowed by the government or by the KRA. So assuming you got advertising, maybe it was a piece of land you made advertisement, promotions. Let's say you incurred 10,000 during the whole year or during the period you got that job. Then you can check all these expenses, anything that relate to you. That's why it's so nice to keep your records in terms of expenses. Then let's say you got transport expenses. Let's say what were the 12,000 the whole year. Expenses related to your service, all your business or whatever you did. For example, you can check through, maybe you bought some stationaries, let's say worth 1,000, that will be used in relation to your services. Maybe you incurred some data, let's say for example, during the whole session or the contract time, 10,000, and so forth. Maybe you did a training for the purpose of doing the service, okay, all well. So any expense that is related to whatever you did, you are allowed to include it here. And then you come to, for example, let's say you incurred bank charges, you did some transfers, let's say it's 2,000. So let's use that for our scenario. So you had 142,000, but right now the profit you have after deducting expenses is 107 to 60. So here ndio imebaki. So what happens next? You come to balance sheet. Now you're in business. Balance sheet. So in the balance sheet, there are two places you should check on. The shares ndio balance na kitu inaitwa proprietors capital. So they are almost the same thing. So you can write anything here. Kama huna any figure ulikuwa nayo, because the system cannot balance automatically without it. You can write even 1, you can write 10, you can write 1,000. Anything that you started. If there is any amount maybe you started your commission business with, maybe you bought a laptop that is you are using for that purpose, you can write it here. But if it's complicated business, of course, you need an assistant for that. So it has to balance 1,000, 1,000. Remember balance sheet. Kama ulisoma shule. So that is it. Then the next thing, there's nothing else. Hizi tabs zingine hazikuhusu. So you just go, you can click, you can move along with the tabs here as I am doing hapo chini. You move along until you see the last part of tax computation. So this is the last part, tax computation. So in this case, what happens, you have incurred all that, ikabaki, tax payable is 10,726. That is what you are supposed to pay the government. Okay, yeah, right. But there is something called personal relief. This is an insurance relief given to every individual, whether you're in business, whether employed, unasamehewa, ni kama kusamehewa na serikali. So you are deducted 28,800. That's amount of insurance relief. So if you're supposed to pay KRA 10K, and then at the end of the day they deducted for you 28,000, it's in this scenario they can be told they have your money. But now in a business forum, it's usually a different scenario, which is a bit deeper. So they deduct that amount of money. So meaning, hakuna deni wanakudai. So at the end of the day, there is withholding tax. We saw it of 7,103. So that is what you put here. So that's why you find, kama unataka kufile return and you have withholding tax, haiwezi, because you have to include this amount of money here as the tax withheld by the someone who paid you, wakalipa KRA. So they have a record of your income. So you come here, you get a negative balance, simply to show you don't owe KRA. Actually, they owe you. But now in a business setup, it's another scenario that needs another class. So that is it, and you're in good books with KRA. Then you validate your sheet. So you click there, validate, and that is it. After you click on validate, it will give you this sheet after uploading, and it will tell you sheets are ready to be uploaded. Do you want to generate upload file? You click yes, and then of course you give it time to generate. And then after you click yes, it will give you the file generated and saved into your documents. Finally, you need to upload the completed Excel sheet back into the employment income return section on the iTax. So we are here and we need to complete the process. So what you do, you choose file that you need to upload. So you select here, choose file. So the file that we validated is the one that will be given a chance to choose. So it normally goes to documents. So check at documents. Then because you have just done the uploading, it will be the first thing to show. You just select and open. Then it has attached onto your thing. You have to see here, it is attaching the date and it is in zip form. So once you see a document is attached, you click here, I agree to the terms, and finally submit. So that is it, submit. Do you want to upload the form? Say yes. Okay. And your form is submitted. You have done the application, you're finalized, and then you can actually download this returns receipt.